The year was 1954. With their sturdy, broken-down microphones, they were headed for greatness in the American West. Jack and Ron in the morning. If you don't laugh like this, you're probably normal.
The following entertainment special contains mature subject matter. Parents may consider some of the program content unsuitable for children. Parental discretion is advised.
It's the bad boys of radio. Jack and Ron.
Just sure enough, we're here. Doggone it, Jack Damn Elliott, Ron Damn Williams, America's two favorite jackasses. Thanks for putting up with us, and thanks for jumping in and jumping on our Facebook page today. We've got a lot going on here. Coming up in just a bit, we'll do asinine trivia with Richard, our producer, who forgot to bring his own microphone. He's going to have to scream the answer. Ron has Too Tough Trivia, and we got some great audio for you, including another of those Jack and Ron, I guess, classic Leave It to Beaver episodes. One of those coming up. Dumbass joke of the day, sleazy, trashy showbiz report, and so much more. And also, we want to thank the good people at Othello's for letting us come in here and hang out. Othello's in downtown Edmonton, 1 South Broadway. These people are great. They take great care of us. They let us come in here and completely turn the place upside down. And we do the podcast live here every Monday at 1 o'clock. They've got another location as well on Campus Corner in Norman. Great Italian food. You want baked ziti, you want lasagna, you want some pizza. Huh? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Maybe linguine? Here's the deal. Mondays, incredible. On Monday, for $12.50, you come in here for dinner when they open at 4 o'clock. You pick the pasta. You pick the sauce. You pick the protein. Maybe you want penne pasta, red sauce, and possibly sausage or chicken. Whatever.
Stuffed ravioli.
Oh, I love ravioli.
Each one, you take that bite. What a surprise inside.
I know.
Great.
Love it. So
that
there
worked,
you go.
man.
Had to mention Othello's right off the top. Also want to mention Flash Hauler, major sponsor of the show for so many years. Flash Hauler. You know, we always say Uber moves people, Flash Hauler moves merchandise, and they are now considered the game changer in the moving industry. And we'll tell you more about Flash Hauler coming up. Okay.
All right. Now, that's not all. No, I had a couple of places to stop before I came in.
Okay.
And I told them what was going on. And I said I was going to work. I'm still telling folks that. Anyway. And they said, "What are you doing? Today is Juneteenth. What are you doing?"
It is Juneteenth.
And I said, "Well, yeah, it is. Everybody else is off work today.
Sure, no mail delivery. Banks are closed.
Yeah, well, so I get one more day before I start making excuses. At any rate, but I thought it was real important because a lot of folks they celebrate. Yesterday there was a huge party at Washington Park.
I saw that,
and I mean it's great. And at this particular point, it's like a lot of people don't know what Juneteenth is, and very just real, the little small.
I know it's hard to believe, but I do know what it's all about.
No, it's not hard for me to believe for you. This guy, let me tell you, this guy, at any rate, when the Emancipation Proclamation was first put out, but I thought there was I think it was around Galveston, Texas.
Right.
They did not know what was going on, and you better believe the plantation owners and that they weren't quick to pass the word. So they
and there was no social media. You didn't have Facebook, Twitter, or any of that crap.
Yeah, and I think Pony Express was out. So they sent a general down there with a whole attachment and had to let all of the black folks know that they were free, that they were no longer obligated to be there, to work there for no money.
The abolition of slavery. And it was like Ron said, even though the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed earlier, people just didn't know it. I mean, and like you said, why would the slave owners, why would they let anybody know? So they try to keep it under the wraps.
Yeah, so Juneteenth is the sort of the official declaration where everybody knew about the Emancipation Proclamation. And for something like that, that's very important. I said, no, I will be there. I'm not missing this. And believe me, Jack could have told you as well. This guy is... He knows more about my history than I know about his.
I don't know about that. You probably know more about me than I know about me. We've got another phone number to throw out there for you, too. We have our own phone number. You can call it. And it's what is that? Considered a Google number? Richard? Is it a Google number? Yeah. So when you call, you might ring 10 times before you get through, and then it'll say,
Don't hang up.
Yeah, don't hang up. Go ahead. You can leave a message, or we can go live with you right here during the show. But the number is area code 405-509-5030. That's 405-509-5030. Feel free to call it right now. Okay. I said now. Call it. We've got a lot of things going on here. Do we start out with Too Tough Trivia as always?
Let's knock it out. Let's put it out there so they can go ahead and...
And before we go 1 second further, and I apologize, forgot to mention we have our website up and running again, Jack and Ron, JackandRon.com. All right, check out jackandron.com every day.
All right. Too Tough Trivia for today. It's sort of an easy one,
okay?
I think. This movie, was a big movie, was originally called Cheek to Cheek.
Cheek to Cheek.
Now, that's what it was originally called. When it was released in the movie theaters, it had another name. What was that name?
Cheek to Cheek was another what?
Cheek to Cheek was the original, but they released it under another name. It was a big movie too. Huge.
On Golden Pond.
How did you get that?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
That's not it. Of course not.
Now, while you're doing that, I got to say, guessing, Millie, good afternoon to you.
Millie's on board today. Thank you, Millie.
And Mike Fields is also watching.
Awesome.
And how do you do, sir? So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to go ahead and check us out. We're going to try to bring a smile to your face. And nothing that will, have you swinging and slinging your phone across the room.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully.
It does happen from time to time. All right. I think we've got everything pretty much up and running here. So again, hit me with the question one more time.
Be glad
to.
to.
Because at the end of the podcast, Ron will, of course, give us the answer. And Richard, did you have any kind of, I know you don't have a microphone today. He forgot his microphony. But do you have an answer for the question? Again, originally the movie was called Cheek to Cheek. What did it actually become?
Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain. That sounds about right. That's the one I would have gone. That's good, man.
No, that's not
good.
it. That's not it.
Brokeback Mountain. I love that.
Yeah, that was some cheek to cheek there. That's for sure.
Yep. Boy, was that ever. Yeah. Brokeback Mountain. That would have been a good one. Well, anyway, that's not it. And since we don't, and I think I've heard this question before, so it'll be interesting once we get to the.
Can you tell us what type of movie it was?
What type of movie?
Yeah.
A big one.
Was it
big
action,
one.
Comedy, love, drama.
Action, some action. Comedy, definitely.
Was it a rom-com?
Some
What do they
drama.
call it? Romantic comedy?
Yeah. It had all of it had all of that. Because I'll tell you what, the movie was so big, if I give you a clue, you'd get it.
Indiana Jones.
Say what now?
New or old? It was pre-90s.
Pre-90s.
Pre-90s. I don't think so. It's an older movie. I'll put it that
But
way.
it's after 90s.
Gone with the Wind.
After 1990.
After 1990, we'll say that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll say that.
There's a lot of big movies after that.
After or before 1990? It was.
Around 1990.
Okay. All right.
Now, see, this is part of the Dick Tracy Too Tough Trivia that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
When you start grilling me.
Okay, well, now it's going to be our time to grill Richard because we have asinine trivia, which we've done for years. And we always did it because members of the sales department would come to us and say, hey, we've got half a bottle of water to give away. But by God, it's Ozarka. So, that's a big deal. But it's only half a bottle. So they would say, but make it sound like you're giving away a full bottle or even a Cadillac. Well, we came up with this idea of just doing asinine trivia, making it the trivia question so easy that you couldn't lose. So here we go, Richard. Trivia is so easy. It's asinine. Question 1. What liquid is usually used to fill a swimming pool?
Think about it now.
Water.
Water is correct. Question 2. In what city is Will Rogers World Airport?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City is correct.
You see that look on his face like wait a minute, what?
What?
I'll say it's south side of the city.
There you go. All right. Last one. Question 3. Name the 2 guys who have won more broadcast awards than any other broadcasters in Oklahoma and who like to toss flaming Roman candles at one another while dancing in the nude to the music of Ricky Martin and who also perform the #1 video podcast in America.
Jack and Ron.
Jack and Ron, you got it. Woo, we made it through another one.
What would I do without this bell? Okay.
Hey, I had a little piece of information to share with you today. Pizza Hut in Japan, they've got a new pizza. It's a limited time menu item. Wiener coffee pizza. It comes topped with coffee sauce and cream cheese. Features a crust lined with wiener sausages. Comes with a can of whipped cream to add on top of the pizza if you like. Wow. They ought to come with a bottle of Pepto, for God's sakes.
Jeez.
Who ever heard of that? But that's what they're offering in Japan, a pizza that's called Wiener Coffee Pizza.
I'm glad you brought that up because there's another food that's out there, and I think you can get it right here in this country. I believe that's the case. Haagen-Dazs, now selling ice cream for breakfast.
Haagen-Dazs has breakfast ice cream.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, what the heck that is, I don't know. Do you have some bacon or sausage or egg or off in that bad boy or what? But be watching for it. Haagen-Dazs ice cream for breakfast.
Sounds pretty good to me. Hey, I had one other thing I was going to throw out there. It's kind of on a personal note. My granddaughter lives in Cincinnati, found out her piano teacher's car was stolen. His name is Davis, great guy. So his phone and computer were in the vehicle during the time the car was stolen. So they used the locating device in those electronics, and they were able to track down his car. And it was in the driveway of the person who stole the car. Now, here's the part that got me. He wanted to get his computer back, but the cops told him they could not enter the house as Ohio state law would not allow it. Okay, so his stolen car is in the driveway of the person who stole the vehicle, and obviously they took the computer along with the phone probably inside the house, and that's how they tracked down. But because Ohio state law would not allow them to enter the premises, they could not
Why?
do it.
Why?
Some Ohio state law. I was not explained why, but I mean, these people have a stolen vehicle in their driveway. Wouldn't you have probable cause to enter the property?
I would think so. If not, then you can. If you're there, all you have to do is grab something and take it in your house. You're safe.
Yeah, anymore. You can just steal stuff, take it in the house. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, you can't come in here. You can't do it.
And I thought, did you have to go to the through the court system to get a judge to sign a search warrant just to go when they've got the stolen vehicle in the driveway and they were able to track it down there through the electronic devices, his phone and computer that were in the vehicle? I would think that'd be a probable cause.
Here's a stolen car in this driveway.
Right.
I'm going to go and knock on the door of the person who owns that driveway and ask them about this stolen car that is sitting there. That doesn't make sense to me. It's crazy, man.
Some attorney out there will say, well, it's Judas, whatever it is, Jurisprudence, or what do they call it?
Jurisprudence?
Jurisprudence.
Yeah,
I'm going Judas Priest, the rock band. Jurisprudence, and it has to do with extrication of.
No, that's crap.
I'd like to know, though.
By the way, Kathy Weatherspoon is checking it out, and Rudy Chavez.
Good old Rudy, man.
Yeah. He says, filling a water park. Yo,
yeah,
20 extra of. Oh no,
Rudy, come on.
We can't say what you just wrote. No, we won't.
But Rudy, good to have you, man. Haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah, and have a good time with what you're doing.
Rudy used to call us almost every day or every other day, and he always had something very
colorful.
Yeah, colorful. That's the term. Thank you, Richard. Very colorful to add to the show. All right, we got some audio for you real quick. Dancers at a strip club in Portland, Oregon. Dancers, strip club, they've unionized. They have unionized in an effort to make their work environment safer. And
from what?
Well, I guess maybe we'll find out when we listen to the audio.
There we go.
This is Hazel, Daphne, and Creature. Guess that's a stage name. Hazel, Daphne, and Creature talking about some of the reasons they wanted to join a union.
We're here to make a change, to show club owners that we deserve safety and it's important that we have it.
And we recently voted to unionize.
The stage was not supplied with even flooring, which is dangerous when you're wearing giant heels, and the pole wasn't properly installed either, which can be very dangerous.
We want a security guard. Certified, dedicated security guard.
A security guard, because when you're leaving late at night, you want to make sure somebody escorts you to your vehicle and helps you get there safely.
Did she say pro boners?
No,
I thought at first I thought it was pro bono, but I said certainly it sounded like she said pro boners.
Could have been, but I know she said they need a new pole because the pole's not working properly.
What's she doing? It's just sitting there.
You can't do a good pole dance with a bad pole. And then she said they got an unlevel stage floor. If you're trying to dance on an unlevel stage floor in high heels,
Jack,
that could be.
About your college days.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Tell them. All my college days, I remember I was out there with a level measuring, making sure that floor was as level as possible.
As long as she would get out there and dance. You give it the good old college try. We'll appreciate it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I hope those girls get what they need out of that. How about that? Unionizing. That way they can also probably decide as a union what the wages will be. That's what people hate about unions, is the fact that they can actually declare and demand a livable wage. Oh, isn't that horrible?
Now, those dancers, if I'm not mistaken, their pay is whatever you throw up there on the stage.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And then they also got to tip out the DJ and a bunch of other people.
Well, yeah. Look at Richard.
Listen, Richard, they got to tip out the DJ and all the other people. Yeah. And quite often, though, aren't the dancers also the servers? While they're not dancing, they're serving at the table? No?
I don't think so, because if you got some extra time, you're looking for somebody to give a lap dance to.
Yeah. Well, one time I remember hearing that a club called Le Rouge, the girls also danced and also served. And that way they could come down and try to get you we're going to get you a great cocktail. Of course, it'll cost $20 for that drink, and it's just a bunch of watered down crap. And these guys told me they went and they were very disappointed the fact that they were overcharged for their beverages.
Well, when you look at a waitress or server whose primary job there is to dance and to bump and grind, I don't know if I want them bringing me a drink or food.
Well, yeah, whatever you do, just don't eat the chili. No, stay away from that. Oh, I got to throw this out there before we take a commercial break. I want to thank my friend Dan. Dan had this big get together at his house over the weekend. And he had like 60 people there, and he had Steve Crosley, who plays locally and sings and does. Steve Crosley is a phenomenal musician. He played for about 8 years with Glenn Campbell, and this guy is an incredible guitarist, and he does great shows. So Steve was there performing, and Dan is like a chef type dude. He helped to create much of what the Hideaway pizza recipes and the meatballs for Louis. And he helped create all kinds of different recipes for different restaurants and all. Anyway, huge. Dan, thanks for having us all out. It was great. I almost invited Ron, but I didn't know if I was overstepping my bounds by bringing more people. But I'll tell you right now, if Dan is watching right, he's going to say, "Are you kidding? Bring everybody." He's just that kind of guy. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it's nice that you recognize that now.
Yeah. Next time you have a part, and the reason I brought it up because I mentioned chili a minute ago. He had this it was like kind of a chuck wagon chili type festival in honor of the Chisholm Trail, and he had these huge vats of chili that he made. Best chili I've had in my life. Chili, cornbread, all kinds, and he had more food. You could have fed an army, but there were 60 of us. So, man, he had plenty to go around. Sure was fun. Food was great and great company. Got to see a whole bunch of friends.
Man, could have got Juneteenth celebrated early.
A little early.
Kick it off.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Dan, for almost inviting me.
We got to take a quick time out. We'll take a commercial break. We're going to tell you a little bit about Othello's and Louis and Flash Hauler. So stand by. Back in just a flash. Don't go away.
Hey, Jack, BK, I need some wings. Are you guys up there?
Affirmative. Your backup is cloud-based. That's all on the cloud nowadays.
That's funny. But you guys have the wings?
Winger, Jack. Winger. Hey, they had a couple of big hits back in the 80s, remember? Winger. winger, big hair.
Great wings don't just fall from the sky, they come from Louie's, where we're preparing food fresh daily. Come try one of our great new sandwiches, or wings with any of 7 delicious sauces. Louie's, we're in your neighborhood.
We've got this down to a science. Over. Yeah, we're just not up here winging it.
Hey, Al, I thought we were meeting at Othello's.
Hey, Jack, I am at Othello's.
Well, I'm looking around and I don't see you. Well, wait, are you at Othello's in Edmond?
No, I'm at Othello's in Campus Corner in Norman.
Oh, great. Well, fortunately, both Othello's have great Italian food.
They sure do, and I'm having the baked ziti.
Ooh, I'm having chicken marsala.
Let's continue with the meeting.
Yeah, sure thing, over the phone, but I need one thing.
What's that?
Your credit card number, because you're buying. Othello's Italian Restaurant on Campus Corner in Norman and in downtown Edmond. You bought it online, and now you need to haul that big couch. Flash hauler it. Bought a washer or dryer and need to transport it from the seller's location to yours? Flash hauler it. Have office furniture to move across town? Flash hauler it. Car breakdown and you need a tow? Flash hauler it. Anytime you need furniture or appliances moved or need a tow, Flash hauler it. Haul it, tow it, deliver it with Flash hauler. Download the Flash hauler app free. Do it now. Flash hauler. Let me tell you a little bit more about Flash Hauler. They are growing and evolving into one of Oklahoma's most innovative companies. A Flash Hauler, now the game changer in the moving industry, in the moving business. We always say Uber transports people, and Flash Hauler transports merchandise and lots of it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. They offer a huge variety of services, including furniture moves, out of the house or within the house, storage moves, office moves, entire house moves, and material delivery and senior moves as well. What else is there? They've got you covered.
Well, dead bodies, but they don't take care of that.
Well, no, that's somebody else.
Altogether. Okay, Flash Hauler, man.
What if they did go to a funeral home? Look, got a body here in the back seat.
Our hearse went bad.
Yeah.
It's up on blocks. Somebody stole the wheels off it. Flash Hauler, by the way, they got drivers, haulers, packers. Basically, they're called Flash Hauler service providers. I'm not kidding here. All right? We're not joking around. We're not yanking your yo-yo string. Fact of the matter is, if you have to move something and your vehicle's not big enough, just like a washer and dryer, a sofa or whatever, contact Flash Hauler. Go to the website, flashhauler.com, FLASHOLR, flashhauler.com. Go to that website and just contact them. They've got drivers all over the city, like we mentioned earlier. Drivers all over the city. It's a flat rate, no hourly charges. That's how they become the game changers in the moving industry. Flashhauler.com. Do it today.
All right. Had a note from Millie, and she was answering a question as far as Too Tough Trivia. The question being, this movie was originally called Cheek to Cheek. When it was released, it was known as, and she said Top Hat.
Top Hat.
Which was earlier, I believe, much, much earlier than this movie. But at any rate, thank you, Millie. That's not it. And of course, Daniel Purvis is watching as well.
Dan is the guy who had the party, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's checking.
I didn't see his name on here. I see now today. I'm not getting the same.
Yeah, now it's reversed.
Last week you were getting them all, or I was getting them all, and this week you're getting all the names and what have you. I don't understand Facebook and all their algorithms and all that crap.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. It's scary.
We're in it up to our necks, and we don't know what the heck is going on and why something happens.
Sometimes I just I think I have to reload.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. While you're reloading, I can go ahead and read today's email.
Please do.
And it's interesting. You may say, but hey, it is what it is. Dear Jack and Ron.
Mm-hmm.
With summertime, I have a lot of problems. My neighbor does not have a swimming pool. I do. But their kids, who've always been welcome to come over, now pee in the pool.
Yeah.
Their parents laugh, but we don't think it's funny. What should we do? Should we ban them, talk to them, or what? Well, first of all, what you do is ban them. Then you talk and let them know that them peeing in the pool is not funny or anything else, because right now it's pee. The next time it's, who
knows how far it'll go.
Maybe a Baby Ruth. So here's the deal for you. If they are mistreating or ignoring just the plain old health aspect of it, then yeah, you need to go ahead and ban them first of all, then let them know why they're being banned. I wish you had said how old were these children. I can only assume that they must be pretty young if they're doing that. Peeing in the pool. God, man.
Yeah, come on. Nobody wants that.
And I can't tell you how many times and how many people Jack has banned from coming over to his house and his pool because of that very thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends who do just that. And they're not kids. These are grown adults. They just have weak bladders. But anyway, I've banned them all.
Jeez.
Every damn one of them. Okay? All right. I think we have to check in with Roy. Is Roy the movie guy on board today? All right. Roy the movie guy going to tell us what's coming up this week at the theater. Hello, Roy.
Hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day, spending time with your loved ones. Jack and Ron, happy Father's Day to you both. I hope you both had a great day as well. Now let's talk about what's opening up this weekend at the box office, and that is No Hard Feelings, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Andrew Barth Feldman, and Matthew Broderick. On the brink of losing her childhood home, a desperate woman agrees to date a wealthy couple's introverted and awkward 19-year-old son before he leaves for college. Rated R, with a runtime of 1 hour and 43 minutes long. And that's a look at what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Back to you guys in the studio.
Hey, thank you, Roy. Appreciate that. Now, a movie he talked about last time was The Flash. And I will tell you this, it is not the hit everyone thought it would be.
Oh, really?
Including yours truly. The number 2 movie was Elemental. And I've had a chance to see that, and it's nice. It's Pixar, and it's, the kids will like it. But I'll tell you what, Flash only made $55 million. And for it to be a big hit, you're talking about, 90, maybe 100 million. Flash only made $55 million. And a lot of folks feel it's because of who played the Flash. Ezra Miller, I believe is his name. And he's the one that got in trouble with the law over and over again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the guys.
What's his issues? What sort of problems has he had with the law? Assault, and it involved a woman, of course. Assault and a few other charges. But again, this is a guy that probably had to do the rest of the movie with an ankle bracelet on or something like that. One of those dudes.
But he brought so much negativity to this particular movie. I'm thinking with Batman and Superman and Flash in this movie, it would have done a lot better. I mean, it wasn't Marvel, but what can we say? What is?
There you go. All right. Got some more audio for you. John Rich of the country band Big and Rich, he was asked if he agrees with Garth Brooks' decision to serve every brand of beer at his Nashville club. There's been this big to-do about Bud Light and the fact that they believe in inclusion and all that,
Gosh.
So they're making, trying to say that Budweiser's going to go out of business. Anheuser-Busch is losing a fortune and all. Anyway, they serve the beer, Bud Light, at Garth Brooks' restaurant, club, bar in Nashville. And this whole John Rich thing relates to the controversy around that Anheuser-Busch boycott. Here is John Rich talking about Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks has always been the guy that said, everybody come to my show. He makes his music for everybody. And that really is what music's about. You're making your music for everybody. Beer's for everybody, too. If Garth is serving Bud Light in his bar, that's fine. Garth can do that. Garth might find out not many people are going to order it. And at the end of the day, you have to put things in your establishment that people are going to purchase if you're going to run a successful business. He probably sees the pain and division that's going on in the country and wants to try to help that. Good for him. I wish him the best.
You know what? I say I'm with Garth. The heck with all of these people, starting with Kid Rock, who all of a sudden they don't like a particular issue. So what they're going to do is get some campaign together to jack with Anheuser-Busch. By the way, good luck messing with Anheuser-Busch. And because everybody is gone, they've gone past that already. Light beer, who gives a...
I know.
Light beer, more important, is free beer.
And my thought, like I mentioned last week, is this too shall pass. The Bud Light, they're also boycotting Kohl's, the department store, and Target, and Cracker Barrel, And who else? I heard Waffle House. I mean, pretty soon you're going to have nowhere to go. You're going to have to be growing your own vegetables and eating out of your own garden and you're going to have to brew your own beer and all. You'll have nothing.
Yeah, I look at it this way.
It's just insane.
If you don't like it, then don't go. Yeah, don't go. Don't buy it. But don't try to rally folks around a can of beer.
Yeah,
and kidding me?
Garth believes in inclusion. All cool. He believes, and I believe I read a comment from him that said, "Look, come to our club. If you don't like Bud Light, you don't have to have it. That doesn't mean, he said, but we love everybody and we want everybody to love each other. And if you don't feel that way, and if you're anti-Bud Light or whatever, go somewhere else."
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
If you want to really, have people scratching their head at the bar, ask for a big bottle of Lowenbrow.
There you go.
And see what you get.
Make it a Lowenbrow night.
Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, I had salute to Garth. He revealed that Trisha Yearwood, his wife, wanted to change her last name to Brooks.
Oh.
And he says, no, you made your money, you made your fame under your name. You keep your name.
Very cool.
And I said, Garth, how can somebody be this together? You know what I mean?
I know, he really is.
Especially country.
Got to say hi to Denise. Denise. Is that it? Denise is watching. Also, Vicky Cobb Garner. No, Vicky. Saw Vicky over the weekend. How you doing? Everything's great. Having a great time. And good to see our friend is online as well. And a bunch of, now you probably have other names that I don't.
Yeah, Catherine Jenner Donovan is watching.
Now, why don't the same names pop up on my screen that pop up on yours and vice versa?
I wish we could get Richard to go ahead and play back some of my comments when I was saying the exact same thing. Why? Right. Why can't I get these people?
We have got to get to what we refer to as
news of the I'll Be Damned.
Thank you.
Here we go. 34-year-old man in Wisconsin. His name is Dan. He was
No.
Oh, Dan was accused of stealing a police car back in December, and he was awaiting trial on that particular problem. But last week, he was caught stealing another police car.
No.
Officers were conducting a traffic stop when someone drove off with one of the squad cars. Unclear where Dan came from. He wasn't the man they pulled over. But that guy did witness the cruiser being taken. Dan was nabbed a little while later. He was no longer in the car. He was trying to hide in a gym. He had pulled the squad car into the gym parking lot.
And somebody else decided to get in it?
The police car was nearby.
Oh, okay.
There was no video from inside the police car, but back in December, dash cameras captured the suspect giggling as he drove off. Dan, I think you might be in a little hot water.
Oh,
it's, auto theft is not good. And auto theft of two police cars, I'd say you're really going up.
And at what point
the creek
will the police department decide when they get out of the car, maybe take the keys with you?
Yeah. I got one other story for you from our files of news of the I'll Be Damned. 22-year-old man in Indiana, his name is Frankie. He was arrested last week after shooting a mouse. Or at least shooting. He did shoot at the mouse. His neighbors called the police when they heard the shots. They saw Frankie squatting down in the front yard. Okay, Frankie admitted he was outside shooting at a mouse caught in a trap. That's the thing. The mouse was in a trap. Apparently, he caught the mouse inside in a trap, then brought it out and shot at the mouse while the mouse was still in the trap. Probably didn't even need to be shot at that point because the mouse was dead from being trapped. But Frankie is in hot water because a neighbor says he and his 8-year-old son were outside at the time that he fired the shots, and he was shooting in their direction. The kids. Anyway, Frankie was arrested for criminal recklessness, which is a felony, and also possession of a controlled substance, possession of narcotics, and dealing a controlled substance. I would have never thought that he would have been involved in any sort of criminal activity like drugs, would you?
Oh, well, that explains got a mouse on a mousetrap over here. It's not moving.
Yep.
I'm going to blow his head off. Jeez.
I think we have one more clip of audio before we get to our sleazy, trashy showbiz report. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another classic Jack and Ron Leave It to Baever episode. We did these for years. And I always thought, let's cancel these. And yet we'd get all these people saying, don't cancel that. We want to do more. Okay. Well, here you go. Get your fill. In this episode, Beaver's teacher, Miss Landers, who is always trying to steal Beaver's dad away from Beaver's mom.
All right now.
Is explaining to Beaver how Beaver's mom might have an accident and how Miss Landers is hoping to capitalize on it, among other thoughts. Here's our Leave It to Beaver episode.
Gee, Dad, I feel kind of creepy.
Oh, really, son? Why is that?
Well, yesterday when I was taking a shower after gym class, I noticed some of the guys look more like men, and I look, well, like a little boy. When will I finally develop, Dad?
Now, son, how old are you?
You know, Dad, my teacher, Miss Landers, says a boy becomes a man when he gets a good-paying job, not when he gets bigger equipment. Miss Landers says it's more important for a man to have a big bank account than anything else. Miss Landers says most women will overlook a man's shortcomings if he happens to have a large sum of cash.
You know, that's the way it starts, son, but after that, believe me, it changes.
Miss Landers says she likes it when a man showers her with diamonds and jewels.
Yeah?
I asked Miss Landers if she'll ever get married. She said it depends on the outcome of a certain accident that has yet to happen.
What?
Miss Landers says I should have a dark suit jacket ready to attend a funeral. Miss Landers has a big picture of Mom in her office, and it has a huge black X drawn right through it. I think Miss Landers did that because she thinks Mom is excellent. Dad, I hope I never have a big bank account because then girls might like me. And I know girls have cooties and stuff. Dad, when I grow up, I want to be an ice cream man. You know, the guy who drives the cool ice cream trucks.
Are you sure you're my kid?
He sells fudgesicles and popsicles and all those good things. That's what I want to do, Dad. I don't want no girls around me.
Well, I want a DNA test is what I want. That's what no way you came from my loins. No way.
Always hear some leftover Beaver material.
I'm looking at that. He should have asked Beaver, what are you doing in her place?
Yeah. Really?
You're over there more than I am.
All right, we got to say hi to Art. Art Wojcinski is I hope I pronounce it
Wojcinski?
Right. Wojcinski, I believe is the pronunciation.
Well, ask Stephanie. She's right behind.
Stephanie Waller Wojcinski is watching as well.
Yeah.
Very good. And Mike Fields talking to because I think it was Art. Art said he's listening from Lake Eufaula.
Yeah.
Hey, awesome. And I would imagine Stephanie Waller Wojcinski is watching from Lake Eufaula as well.
Yeah. Mike wants to know what part of the lake.
He says Mike says I have a place at Sandy Bass.
Yeah. Okay, part of the lake. The part of the lake that has the water.
Yeah. And the most fish.
There you go.
Okay. Mike knows where Mike will tell you where they're biting. I promise you. Mike knows where they are, Art. You get a hold of Mike, he'll show you all the best little coves, all the little nooks and cranny out there on Eufaula. You'll go away with more fish than I don't know, Fish City Grill. All right, we got to get to the.
Are you sober?
I've had a rough weekend.
Sleazy, trashy showbiz report.
All righty. Well, we're talking about someone being elected president. And of course, I think there were 13, 14 Republicans that have thrown their hat in into the race. There's one more who wants to do it. I don't think he'll do it, but has said that he wants to be president because he thinks clearer now than when he held elected office. And he feels that he could get things handled.
Who said this?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He can't run for president though, can he? Because he wasn't born in America. I think you have to be.
But he could be governor of California.
Oh yeah,
but
California.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, he wasn't born here, was he? I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
All right, Ryan Reynolds will have a new nighttime ritual called Bedtime Stories.
What?
Yeah.
Was this a podcast or a TV show?
I believe it's going to be a TV show. Parents, I suggest this is Ryan Reynolds. Check it out first before you let your kids.
Yeah. I don't know. These bedtime stories are quite
turning into bedtime nightmares.
Yeah. I don't think they're quite the ones that might be appropriate for a 7 or 8 year old.
Now, somebody who is having a nightmare right now is Kevin Costner. I like this guy. He's the star of Yellowstone.
Yep.
It seems his wife charged $95,000 on his credit card after they split, and
what the hell did she buy?
And won't move out of the house.
Ah.
Now, They're splitting $95,000 after we split, and you won't move out of the house. What, you call the cops, man. You Kevin Costner, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Although sometimes it takes the sheriff's department like 6 months to get somebody evicted to actually get them out of the property.
Kevin could put that on the fast track.
I would hope
he
so.
He could do that. Samuel L. Jackson, my man, wants Marvel to tell him why they haven't sent him to Wakanda. Wow. I mean,
That was funny. I saw that.
Yeah. Why haven't they sent him to Wakanda? And you know what? That's a good question. Pat Sajak will be chairman of a conservative college in Michigan. Next season is his last as far as Wheel of Fortune is concerned. Now, Whoopi Goldberg has already said she would love to get the job of hosting Wheel of Fortune.
I wouldn't mind that either. I went to college with Pat. He was a few years older than me, so he graduated before me, but he did go to Columbia like I did in Chicago, and look, he seemed to have a lot of success in life. What happened to me? Anyhow.
Well, look at you. You're right here, man.
Oh, that's true.
All right. Thank you very much. By the way, they already have a front runner to replace Pat.
Who is it?
Your buddy, your pal.
Not Ryan Seacrest. Oh. Please.
Supposedly, Ryan Seacrest has already met with the producers.
Oh, my God.
You like Ryan Seacrest?
No. Why do you think I don't want? I mean, I just think we've been inundated with Ryan crap. I mean, there's been Ryan Seacrest. He had his own TV show at one time, On Air with Ryan. That died. He worked with the girl on what used to be Regis and Kelly. It was Kelly and Ryan. He did that. He's got his morning radio show out in California.
Don't forget about New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, Rockin' Eve, that he replaced Dick Clark on when Dick checked out. Well, he's also got a weekly countdown show on the radio. Mm-hmm. I mean, how much a little Ryan goes a long way. There's not a lot of substance or content there.
Well, it's just the one big one you didn't mention. Yeah,
which.
Host of American Idol.
Oh, that's right. American Idol.
So,
with Ryan Seacrest.
We got Ryan Seacrest all over the place. And it looks like we'll have him at this point, unless something happens, as the new host of Wheel of Fortune.
They've got to fix that. Yeah. That can't, if you thought I didn't watch it before, holy cow, you've really guaranteed I won't watch.
Well, here's something that I didn't know, and I imagine a lot of folks didn't know, that Marlon Wayans was supposed to play Robin in Batman Returns. That's the one with Michael Keaton.
Really?
Yeah. But they cut the character. But here's the good part about it. They're still paying Marlon for what he did. Even though he did not appear in the movie, they're still sending him a check every month.
That's the kind of job I want.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. They just mail you the money.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good with that.
Well, Meghan and Harry have ended their deal with Spotify. They had a podcast there. It was number one in 6 different countries. But Spotify is saying that they had to cut back on the staff by 2%. And it's like, if you're going to cut back on staff, why are you cutting back on a podcast that's number one in 6 countries, including the United States?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the only podcast that's close to Meghan and Harry is Jack and Ron. So I don't get it.
And of course, theirs is their podcast was strictly audio. Ours is the number one video podcast in America.
Thank you very much. Well, the Kardashians, you love them, don't you? Kourtney Kardashian is pregnant. And I think this will be kid number 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Linda Hamilton, remember her as Sarah Connor in the Terminator series?
Sure do. I thought she was great in that.
Yeah, she is joining season 5 of Stranger Things.
Oh, wow.
And I like Stranger Things. What was that, Millie Bobby Brown?
Yep.
Yeah, the first time I started watching that, I thought she was a guy. I did. Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch, their statues there, they're selling those individually now. And Adele, I find this very interesting, says her Vegas residency has given her jock itch. It seems that the costume she wears with, spandex, and she says it's sort of like a soup down there when she...
A soup?
Her words, not mine. when
soup du jour.
When she finishes, performing.
Soup.
And went to the doctor and he says, "You have jock itch."
Wow.
Hey,
get her some Crew-X.
That's your Hollywood update, baby.
All right, time for your dumbass joke of the day. Here we go. We have 3 very cheesy jokes, and what we do is we have Ron pick one of those cheesy jokes. So yes, again, Ron gets to pick his cheese.
Yay.
Number 1, the lunch break. Number 2, Johnny and the teacher. Number 3, the political rally. Again, lunch break, Johnny and the teacher, political rally.
Well, we just finished talking about Adele and jock itch. So let's talk about lunch break.
All right. Because she said it was like soup down there.
Yeah.
I can't believe she said that. Okay.
I wouldn't want to be her aide coming in. She does more than one show. Gosh, Adele.
All right, here we go. 3 men.
Hand me that towel.
3 men are all working on building a house. They're all working on this. They go up on the roof for lunch, unwrap their sandwiches. The first guy says, "If I get one more tuna sandwich, I'm going to jump off this roof and kill myself." Second guy says, "Oh, no, if I get one more pickle and lettuce sandwich, I too am going to jump off the roof and kill myself." Third guy opens his lunch and says, "Oh, no, if I get one more peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I too will jump off the roof and kill myself." Next day, they all get the same sandwiches. They kill themselves. That night, their wives meet to mourn. First guy's wife says, "If I had known that my husband was going to kill himself over a sandwich, I wouldn't have given him that one." Second guy's wife says, "I agree. I wouldn't have made him that sandwich either." The third one she says about her husband, "Don't look at me. He packed his own lunch." Come on.
Ooh.
Come on. Take a while to think about that one? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll give you another
That's
one.
when you got to rock back and forth.
This one might be a little simpler, okay? By the way, Colton Colby Hurst is watching today, too. Thank you, Colton. Appreciate it. A teacher is teaching class. She sees that Johnny isn't paying attention. So she says, "Johnny, if there are 3 ducks sitting on a fence and you shoot one, how many are left?" Johnny says, "None." Teacher says, "Why?" Johnny says, "Because the shot scared them off." Teacher says, "Oh, no, there would be 2, but I like how you're thinking." Johnny asks the teacher, "If you see 3 women walking out of an ice cream parlor, one's licking her ice cream, one's sucking her ice cream, one is biting her ice cream." Johnny says, "Which one's married?" The teacher says, "Well, the one sucking her ice cream." Johnny says, "No, the one with the wedding ring, but I like how you think."
Yeah. Why is it always the guy that gets in trouble is little Johnny?
Yeah.
Little Johnny's just...
Little Johnny.
God, what a rip.
I've got one more for you, and it's quick. A guy made a speech at a huge political rally. A woman who was obviously not a fan of his came up to him and said to him after his speech, "If you were my husband, I would poison your tea." And the guy said, "If you were my wife, I would gladly drink it." Hey, come on now.
Boom, boom. All right now.
All right. I finished strong. Okay, now we got to do Tri-Bond. Last week, we gave you this one on 7 days ago, last Monday, and you got it, didn't you? Okay, I'll give it again, though. Clock Machine Show. Time, yeah. Time machine, time clock, showtime. We got a new one. You got 7 days to think about it. We'll come back next Monday.
Unless we get it right now.
And reveal the answer, yeah. At which point I'll probably have to come up with another one. In the meantime.
Let's put Jack to work.
Here we go. Oh, this one is easy. No, wait a minute. I think maybe, did we give it? Let me give it to you now. We'll give you the 3 words. You need to come up with one word that works with these 3. The 3 words: foot, joint, pickle. Foot, joint,
I felt like
pickle.
how quickly I just got it.
You did?
It's ball.
Ball is right. Holy crap.
Richard,
Did you?
Richard.
I think I might have done it on video.
You did it so quickly. I feel like I knew the answer.
You knew the answer, so
Tomorrow you can post another.
I'll post another new one tomorrow, and then I'm coming back next week with an even more new one, and it's going to be easier than this. This one was so easy, a 3-legged dog with no tail and an eye patch could have got it, but you did get it, Richard. Foot, joint, pickle. The word is ball. Football, ball joint, pickleball. Well, there you have it. All right, we got to wrap things up with Too Tough Trivia, don't we?
Yes, indeed. You guys have had a chance to think about all of this. The question, of course, is when this movie was first made, the title was going to be Cheek to Cheek.
Cheek to Cheek.
The movie came out. It was a huge movie, but it wasn't called Cheek to Cheek. It was called...
Let me think. Let me come up with one more.
Uh-huh.
It was called, oh, God, it was called.
How about a clue?
Stripes.
Nope, a clue.
Okay, a clue.
Cheek to cheek implies, dancing.
Oh, Flashdance.
No.
Last Dance.
No.
No, what's that one?
Ghost.
No.
The one with Whoopi.
No.
Dirty Dancing.
No. Good God, y'all, come on. All right, let me go ahead.
Okay, tell me.
Footloose.
Footloose. With
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Dang. Hey, by the way, Benny.
I feel real good about that.
Benny Boyles is watching today, too. Thank you, Benny. Appreciate you checking out. Hey, be sure to share this podcast with everybody you know. Go ahead, go online, share it on your Facebook page. Remember to let everybody know it's not only on Facebook every Monday at 1 o'clock, but it's also on our YouTube channel, The Jack and Ron Show.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey, you know what? Doesn't matter what platform you're on, we're there.
On Wednesdays, the audio is uploaded to all podcast sites. Apple Podcast, iHeartMedia Podcast, Spotify, TuneIn, Spreaker, Deezer, all of them. We're there. Okay? So you can listen to it. You can watch it. We give you a million options. The #1 video podcast in America, Jack Dam Elliott, Ron Dam Williams, right here. And thanks to the folks at Othello's Italian Restaurant in Edmond for allowing us to come in here each and every week and turn this place upside down.
I have a hat and I have my shades in the in the vehicle. I say we go around to different places and ask them if they're celebrating Juneteenth.
Okay, we can do that.
If not, why?
I agree. All right. And thanks again to the people at Othello's. Remember, they've got Othello's in Edmond, opens at 4 o'clock each day for dinner, 7 days a week, and Othello's in Norman on Campus Corner. And thanks to Flash Holler. They move everything. They're changing the game. The game changers in the moving industry. Check them out. Anything you need to move, even if it was just a small box of stuff that you can't carry and have no room for, go to flashholler.com.
All right. That's not all. If you want to, make an appearance, voice-wise on this particular showgram, you can call us at 405-509-5030. That's 405-509-5030. And we'll talk to you, or we'll at least play your particular call on the air. It's just that simple. You can be a part of this particular showgram.
There you go. Now we got to get out of here. When you go out to do what you do it like Jack and Ron. What I mean there is, like Jack and Ron, be the best at what you do. Whatever it is you do, be the best like Jack and Ron. Give it 110, 120, 130% effort like Jack and Ron. Go give it hell.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Good day.